a few days ago that I've been spelling the name wrong, and that's why I haven't been able to visit. So it pays to get the names right, people. Make sure, you know, double check everything, because the spelling is so important. But this is Red Sonja's Castle Pendragon. I came across this way back. They've added a lot since I've been here, but it's just fantastic, some of the things they've come up with. So here you have like the door ram. They've got it where you come up, they can roll it up on the wheels. See, this is like what I need to do with my little food cart. I'll have to steal this idea here. Hide those toggles on the nautical wheel. They just use the hover part pieces to hide that up, and it thickens it up and makes it look like a really good wheel. So I'm going to use that idea. Yeah, you can, most of the seats, including benches, couches, and chairs, they're all interactable, both in housing and a lot of times in the open world. You'll find certain things that you can sit on. It's got like a little, when you hover over it, it highlights green, and then you can just use your interact button and you sit on it. A lot of times in the housing, though, you'll see a chair, and maybe it's just custom built, so it doesn't function like that. But any of the regular as-is chairs, most of those are all interactable, so you can actually use them. Okay, for most of this, it looks like staircase landings, of course, the nautical wheels and the hover part pieces to beef up the nautical wheels. Then you've got the granite pillars, and then they've used granite pillars and just twisted them around to make this huge pillar there with the hanging chains, and then using that new wolf's head the core for the little part that would ram into the door or something. Here's a really cute little, I think it's called a trebuchet. It's like works like a slingshot kind of thing. You use the weight and it goes swings and it just flings it. And they're using the chuba netting for that little bit. More hanging chains, domes for the ball here. Again, a lot of use of the granite, because I mean it's got the rope, so it makes it look like it's tied together and everything. A regular crate, and then for this little bit here, those are feeding troughs. It's a really nifty idea. And then I'm not sure what this is called, but it's the thing that they fill it with guys and they roll it up to the wall of the castle, and the people can just pop on out. I'm sure it has a specific name, but we've seen a few castles in the past, but I think this is one of my favorites because there's so many little nifty details here. If I can get my camera to quit zooming in and out. So here's a better shot of that. Again, it's mostly the same kind of wheels as the other over here, and then the granite pillars and a lot of decking pieces. And these are I call these pillows, but they're the shields. Those are new on the vendor, housing vendor. Came with the Arctera thing. Okay, here we have the little barricades. Again, nifty ideas. This could probably work even on a military base kind of plot. So you got the sandbags, the spikes. You could almost pretend that either it's spikes that are there to kind of ward off enemies, or it looks like somebody shot a bunch of arrows at it and it's just riddled with them. Either way. So we're going to walk around the outside of the castle first, just to kind of get a look of it. You can see most of it is Draken walls, curved walls, that kind of thing. Cylinders, arches are part of the entrance there. Oops. The portcullis is the new Osun door. Got that really nice portcullis animation, and it works really well for this particular theme. So pretty much the same all the way around until you get to the back. As you can see, there's just like a whole massive little town in there, a little castle innards. Here we come upon this little hill type thing, and lo and behold, the castle has a dragon. How fun is this? It's like Pete's Dragon. That's what it reminds me of. A lot of work putting this together, I'm sure. Basically the cylinders just resized and positioned to make this nice little tail, using triangle pieces for the little bit on the end, domes and such for the feet, with hammers for the claws. Yeah, I don't know if I can get up there. Oh, crud. I can't seem to stay up there. Let's see. Again, lots of triangle pieces, domes. Most of it is the Granok style, but you'll see like for the nose, nostrils, they're using the Exile version. Same way with the eyes, it looks like they're using that. Probably plates for the white part. And then look at his wings. Again, lots of triangle pieces for those wings. Hammer skin for his claws on his little hand. It's a really fun little build. Trying to get a good angle on him. Notice how some of the pieces, depending on how far we are, they kind of disappear. It's unfortunate, but that's just how the rendering works. And then this is this little treasure cave made with the gray stones. He's protecting his dragon's hoard. And then this is the back entrance. Again, they repeated the little protection here. But this one, it kind of looks like, I think they're using the cellar entrance to give it that, like there's more to there. It's so dark you can't see in. So it gives a good kind of like a doorway without actually going anywhere. Then they're using the metal shelves, the metal grate shelves, I think it's called, as like the portcullis doors. I don't think there's anything on this side. I think it's just pretty much the same bit. So we're gonna ride back to the front here. Look at that thing go. Pump those crazy legs. Alright. So into the castle itself. Lovely action. The only thing I hate is the green. I know it's lit up for a reason to kind of give an indication to people that that is interactable, but I still find it annoying. It's horrible for screenshots and stuff. So here's like a giant, what do you call those things? It's not I guess it's like a giant crossbow or intruders. Again, Lots of the granite pillars. There's the staircase landings, a little bit of 2x4 going on. For the wheels, it's pillars for the joint that goes all the way across, 2x4s, and then the feeding troughs for the round part. You've got, it looks like those, again, I keep calling them pillows. They're not pillows. It's shield something rather. This looks like one of those fire pits without the fire. For the arrowhead, it's again triangle pieces, just repeated, so it kind of gives that illusion that it's a round bit of metal. And then a cylinder for this part here. And then the Exile sign for this bit as well, for the little lever to get it to work. There's a bit of an overview of the buildings themselves. We're going to visit all of them, so these are some of those new steps that we got with, not this last update, but the update before that. So here's like the little lookout. This is where you would like have the hot oil to pour down over intruders that are trying to break in. Over here you have catapults. Again, some of the similar things. Draken shields, that's the one. I knew it was, I keep calling it pillow because that's what I see when I look at them. It's kind of like the exotic silver chalice. I always look at it as like a container, like a copy thing, a pitcher. That's what I see it. Ballista, that's the word. That's the giant crossbow, I guess. See, I don't know all these fancy military terms and stuff. I know this is a catapult, though. But it's kind of made up of the same things. Again, it's that fireless, I guess it's Draken style, torchy looking thing. Metal edge blocks, metal planks, the troughs, the nautical wheels for the little, hard to see, little turnabout here, cylinders there. Got a hanging wire joining the two. Because you know, you crank it up and then it goes boing, and then you crank it back down. Hey sis. Sisqui. Good morning. And then on the other side, there's a second one. So they're really fortified. See if I can. No, I'm probably not supposed to go up on the roof, but I want to get a good shot of these little towers here. Maybe this side is better. You can see how they use the cylinders, and they just sized it up and pushed up to make that little, you know, the little coned top. A lot of us try to do that in different ways. I've seen some using the triangle pieces instead of keeping it round like that. That gives it that little cone look. So maybe, I'm sure if they could have allowed more decor in, they probably would have stepped it even smoother in between, so it's more of a little bit refined, but I like how it looks. Pretty nifty. Over here we have a little graveyard. Again, mostly Draken floors, a little bit of Galeras stone walls, things like that. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I guess it's a memorial of some sort. It's a little bit in ruins because there's a few of the pillars that are down, but who knows. Notice the walls are using mostly the decking pieces for the boardwalk. type of fit. And I like that they actually added some struts here for support. They didn't do that along this part, but I like that they did it on the other one. Another one that's working. Well, I appreciate you dropping by, Siskwe, even if it's for a short while. So here's the gallows. This one's a lot more complex than some of the ones we've seen elsewhere. It's a favorite kind of item on a lot of the haunted plots for like Shades Eve and everything. We've seen probably 3 or 4 different versions, and this is probably the more elaborate because it's got not only the upper area but a lower level as well. And the poor lizard, I guess he met his fate. But they got the little drop doors here, the lever switch to kind of drop them, and then, yeah. Somebody gets in trouble, I guess that's where they're going to go. But it's mostly decking pieces, for both the railing and the flooring. Again, the granite pillars, 2x4 across there, and then the hangman's noose, which are kind of rare items to get a hold of. But if you can get one, you know, that's a way to use it. Let's see. This looks to be just an extension of this little flower garden here. Here's the jousting area, where you've got some spectator benches, which is 2x4s, and then the corner edge of the decking pieces. Decking railing for the guides here. I'm not entirely sure what they're using for this bit. I think it's the bottom of one of the Draken fences that has that weird little stripy pattern that's acting like dirt that's been trudged up. Exile walls for the divider. The tiki torches, of course, and then you got your little challenger tent here. But get on your mount and go back and forth, and you got your, yeah, the fencing. I was pretty sure that was it, but a lot of times I'm just guessing. I just get lucky most of the time, not all the time. So here we have, it looks to be, I don't know, it could be the coroner, the repair guy. He's doing some kind of repairs here. It's weird that he's working, it looks like he's welding, but it's all wood. And decking, exile floor, tiki roof. Over here on this side, you have the animal pen, just a variety of food and water troughs, a little pile of hay, some decking pieces, and the tiki roof to take care of that. Over here you have the blacksmith. So he's got his anvil and furnace and things, weapon racks. Over here is what I presume to be the little church. I don't think I've actually been inside it. Notice they use the pillars to kind of thicken up the archway. You can see they got the 2 arches, but to thicken it up down here, they've used the pillars to kind of build that thickness. Some special monuments for certain things. Again, they've got that little catwalk all above, all along the sides. The church is mostly just Draken floors, those keyhole windows, the Draken pillars, the granite floors, the pattern side. And then if we go inside, very short, sweet, simple. Got a few pews, and that's your church. It doesn't want to shut. Over here we have the, I guess it's the combat practice area, little courtyard kind of thing going on. I'm not sure if there's actually anything inside this house. Let's have a looky. Yeah, the tiki roof is really helpful. I've seen actually people turn them on their side and just rotate them and make like little tiki huts out of them. We saw like a little village in the past. They used that kind of method. I like the staircases here. It's the regular staircases, but they've lined it with the 2x4s, and it really helps clean it up a little bit. So it looks like just a little basic home and office kind of spot. Nothing super elaborate. It really doesn't even kind of match what's on the exterior, but there's a nice little tower over there. Just making sure we're getting all of the spots. Yeah, we're getting ready to go into the main part of it, I think. Again, mostly cylinders and curved walls of varying types. This is like the granite version. That's the granite walls. Looks like Draken walls here. So the first little meeting area, and then upstairs looks like the throne room, using the staircase landings kind of in a tiered fashion to kind of, and then little pillows for their subjects to kneel on or something. Here's the Knights of the Round Table kind of thing, kind of vibe. Got that Draken shield, the pillow in the middle. It's a Dominion conference table for the base, and then just the corner decking pieces boxed up to make a kind of a round table. I like the bookcases here being covered up with the shield. Just looks like giant emblem kind of thing is going on. See you later, Siskly. Yeah, a lot of it, part of it is just my character size. It's so tiny. But like, look at the floating knife there. Someone didn't, either it's magic or they kind of didn't realize that they're not touching the table. But yeah, I really can't fuss too much about people's scale. Because I know there are characters different sizes other than orange size, but it just feels huge to me because my character's small anyway. Just a little outdoor garden courtyard kind of thing. Again, the Draken pillars being used a lot because it has that stony look. Nice view of the area. What's in here? A little bedroom slash treasure room. Guess I really wanted to, whew, that's bright. It's probably one of the reasons why I don't use the Exiles chandelier too much, because it's so bright. I think I used it on my Proto Putt Park and that was it. And it was so far away from the floor, it wasn't that bright, but that's just really strong lighting. Wish we could have better control over the lighting. There's some, I like the look of the light, but there's either no light at all, or it's so faint you have to enlarge it like 50 times the regular size just to get it to show up. So if I remember right, this is like the prison, I think. Maybe it's just the hay storage, I don't know. Notice the stones making the stairway up to the tower here. I guess this is like the wizard's tower. Again, it's a really good view of just how big this place is, this little compound. There's a dragon back there. So yeah, they're using, I think this top part, this little bell-shaped top, is actually part of, it's the really small round oven thing. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but like the bell stove or something. It's an interesting use of it because I imagine the rest of it is hidden inside these curved pieces here. But it's a fun way of giving it a different topper. So yeah, this is like the wizard's tower where he does his spells and stuff. It's a fun idea. I almost would say that they could probably get away with using that on these as well to kind of make them all match together. Notice they're using hover part pieces and Exile curved walls for this little roofing here. Back this up a little bit. I'm watching the time because I think we got about an hour left and we still got one more home that I'd like to visit. But here's like a little, I guess it's the warning bell, the bell tower kind of thing. They're using a Draken pot for the bell itself with the hanging chain. And then they've got a file inside for the little knocker bit. These look a little askew, but I like the idea. Using the triangle pieces as the roof, same as here. Costs a lot of renown to buy what? The stove? Here's like the barracks. So you got all these little bunk beds. It's basically just granite pillars, the long decking pieces, and then sleeping bags. Simple but effective. I mean, you know what it is straight off. Here's a look at the courtyard from the inside. The bell stove. Is that really what it was called? I wasn't sure. I was guessing. Me and my guesswork. So I think that's everything. It's a really cute build, a lot of detail, and especially for those that are looking for like things like the catapults, the trebuchet, even the gallows and stuff. All of it is really nice effort. If I tried to put something like those together, I probably wouldn't be as clever in using some of those pieces, like using the troughs as wheels and stuff. The only reason I've done it on a few things is because I, at first saw somebody else do the same thing. So yeah, I think that's it for Castle Pendragon, brought to us by Red Sonja. Really lovely place. A lot of fun with it. Okay, the last one we're going to visit, and I haven't even seen it. Oh, is there a kitchen area downstairs? Okay. Maybe I missed it. You're talking about down here, right? Don't want to go till we see it. Is this it? No, that's not it, is it? Okay, I completely missed this whole little part. Like here's the bathroom. Oh, this looks like reminds me of Harry Potter. The bathroom, the way they've got the sink set up. Again, this toilet's just so ugly. And I guess this is like the little bar where they can come and sit and relax, and then this must be the kitchen. Yeah, I completely missed this whole area. Thank you for pointing that out. Those are just a couple of bars put together for that little, I don't know, kind of like an island. Now, who would do their laundry in the kitchen? I guess maybe it's the cook's clothes or something. Okay, so now I hope I've showcased all of it. I must have went in through there and forgot about this side over here. That's what it was. So that's Red Sonja's Castle Pendragon. So, like I was saying, the last one we're going to is actually one of Maddie's places. It's an alt. I know I'll tell people that I have things in queue, and they probably assume that I won't be visiting theirs anytime soon. But what I do is, if I find some places or hear of some places that are relatively new, I'll mix them up with places that have been on the list for a while. And that's what we did today. There was like 2 of them that's been on my list for a while, and then 2 of them that were kind of newer builds. But I just don't want to have them wait forever to get them on there. And some of the builds that have been on my list for a long time, most of them are incomplete. They're still like major works in progress. So I just kind of hang on to the names. So every time I mention there's a queue, that's what most of them are they're works in progress that they're not quite ready for showing yet. So let's go to Maddie's alt, which is Pyrotechnic. And like I said, I haven't been here yet, so I have no idea. The only thing I know is supposed to be a spring plot. So I imagine we're going to see lots of green and flowers and pretty stuffs. But you can see, again, they found that creative way of boxing in the entrance. A lot of people can't stand that teleporter pad, including myself. We often work really hard to cover it up as best we can. I wish they would give us more abilities to modify it, kind of like they do with the doors and the exterior walls of the houses themselves. You know, even if we could just say we want it Orin themed instead of just this usual sameness, that would be great. I would even argue to say, can we change the guy, have a different, you know, have one for different classes, you know, a different person there. But anyway, not classes, races, but that's just me. But they've used some of the new moss, hanging moss. The above is a colorful Orin window, and then you can see a little bit of thinkerheads popping up for the entrance here. We're just going to walk through. Lots of thinkerheads, in fact. Make this little grassy tunnel here. Then we come into more of like a cave bit, which looks to be some of the swirly stones. It could be thinkerheads as well. I have really absolutely no idea. These are those new torches I think you get with like some of the taurine stuff. Just lovely little path here. And then this is one of the new taurine doors, stone doors. Awesome animation. It's just like the one that's in the Sword Maiden dungeon, I think it is. Well, good, Ducky. You can kind of point me in the direction if I miss anything. So here we have some curved cylinder bits and then a little path going up. Maddie's a big fan of changing the elevation a lot. I think Maddie would prefer being able to start you off at the top and then just work your way down. But because we're already flat and you have to build up and then you go down, and it's just kind of, they like playing with elevations, and it's reminiscent of the Winterfest plot that they did with the little, instead of just plain granite here in the center cylinders, it was the candy cane Winterfest pole gate fence post or whatever you call it. It's just a fun way of bringing you to the plot in a different way, and they've always had a lot of fun with it. So right off we come to this little, I guess it's a little snack bar. So you got sandwiches and tacos and things, but I like the little tiered table here. It looks to be Shades Eve lamppost, probably the one with the skull on it, and they're just using the bottom because I kind of recognize the black and yellow there to make this little tiered shelf for their food. It's a really cute way of doing it. They're also a big fan of the hover part pieces, so you'll notice that's what most of this is constructed out of. And they've just built it around this bar. So you got the bar, and then they've patched it up to kind of hide the fact that it's a bar. So they're just mostly using the shelves, which is really nice. It's a good way of filling it up without having to put in all those individual bottles. Now, I would love that we get these other types of bottles for ourselves so we can decorate other things up. But in the meantime, this is a really quick and easy way to kind of make it look like it's full, even though it's really only 2 pieces of decor for either side. See you later, Cross. Thanks for joining us. Here's the little beer tap. Again, it's the beer tap, and then I think it's the second one using it for the bottom little tray here. And then a Dominion panel, control panel for the checkout cash register. Okay, so let's go into this one first since it's on this level. Oh wow, look at that. That's just amaze balls. My husband can't stand that word. I guess we ought to go back in and go up to the second floor here because I can see we're going to be busy on the outside. Lovely little window here. That's one of the new spring plants. If you didn't get a chance to get it, I have no idea if they're going to bring it back anytime soon, but hopefully next spring you'll get another opportunity to get some of those. But that was in the spring decor pack, one of the little potted plants. The window itself, again, it's hover part pieces for the trim. Come on, go up the stairs. And you come out to this little decking area. Look at these lovely little bits. The chairs. I'm not exactly sure what she's using for this. It looks like the tops of pillars for the seats, but I'm not sure what's for the backing there. And that's the little pot of gold item being used as the bottom of the table. And those candles are lovely. I love those frost forge candles. They're nice. Ducky, you have any idea what's being used as the backing for the chair? I want to say it's the cheese board, because it looks like the handle of that. That's what it reminds me of, but I can't be for positive. The benches are actually water troughs, and she's just put two of them together to make that little bit, and then using the towels for the towels and sleeping bags. Is that dynamite, you say? Or are you just saying that's dynamite, like cool? Okay, so I was right. Cheese board for the handle. It's just the very end of it. So imagine there's like these giant hunks of cheese down below that you can't see, which is pretty funny. And two pillows for the cushions on these couches. Again, dome. That's the orange tree table for the tabletop there. There's that lovely tea set that you get with the tea spring decor pack. There's that bell stove again. It's a really lovely little setup here. The bottom of this table is that one of those new Pell vases or containers. The same thing I use for my cookies. And of course the bottom of this one is just one of the bowls. Well, apparently the backing is the cheese block. The cheese wedge block, cheese wedge, I don't know actual name of it, but really lovely. And of course you get a really great view of the plot itself. So you see the little river lake thing. There's a little tower over there. Just an amazing, amazing bit. And notice that this is built into a tree log, one of those hollow ones. And it's just been kind of spliced into there. Really niftily done. Topped with the mushroom for that. Mushroom there as well. Really fun. Okay, now we can go outside. Using the overgrowth as like little vines going up. Ivy bit. I think these stones here, they remind me of the bottom of the makeshift bulletin board, and they've just sunk it down so only one stone is showing. So that means, wow, that's a lot of bulletin boards for that. This part here, if I remember right, she used a similar idea. I had never seen her plot and she hadn't seen mine, but we kind of, I guess, had the same thought that using the bowls, if you twist them slightly as they duplicate, they might make this nice little edging. And while I used mine for making pies, she made this lovely little patio kind of fountain thing. So it's just a bunch of bowls. I think it's also being used here as well. Got that turtle coloring. It's a really fun way of using them. But I use them for pie crusts and she used them for landscaping decoration. Of course, we all know the winding rivers, if you repeat them enough, they make a nice little round, but they're loud and lots of motion. And of course, this is that Leprechaun statue. Again, it came with the spring decor pack, which is where a lot of these flowers come from. Not available anymore, so if you missed out, you know, sorry, but next time you'll know you gotta grab them. Again, I think most of these rocks here are all the from that makeshift bulletin board, which costs renown, so it's pretty expensive if that's what those are from. Here we have another little patio thing. Again, looks like using the bowls in multiples makes some nice little parasols. Using it for the table rounds again. It just carries that pattern throughout. It's really nice. The chairs, again, it's cylinders, the bowl for the bottom, and then using the, I want to say it's the lop Doomsday something or other. I can't even think of the name. But you have like a lot of the banners and flags and stuff, and it's one of those, but it's the lop version with the little dream catcher on it, and they're using that as the back of the chair. It's a really nice thing. This bit here is it's this thing here. Can't think of the name of it. This bit here, but I think they've added something onto it because I don't think it has that right of a little bump on there. It's the ornate oran pillar, I think, and they've just duplicated a couple times to make it nice and replicated round. That's why it's a little bushier on the top. It's a really cute little setup. Yeah, they do look like mushrooms. They almost look like tiki roofs, but just the rounded version. Because they look a little on the grassy side. Lop Rainstick. There we go. Thank you, Floody. Again, you guys saved the day on that. Because I'm very forgetful. And having to remember all these decor names. Again, look at all those. I want to say those are the makeshift bulletin boards, and it's just the bottom of it, because on the bottom of the bulletin board there's a pile of rocks, and if you turn it upside down, it's just stones. And that's what this looks like, and that's just a massive amount of those. Crazy, crazy. I like how it looks like it's cordoned off here. They got a little bit of grasses, some barnacle weed, other things, lily pads and everything to kind of box it in. Make it look like there's these. I wish they were some in green, but they have the cattails, which fits really well with surrounding the edges of the water. I'm just kind of sporadically going through here. Here's a little garden. Again, it's the bowls for the trim. I'm not sure what they're using for the dirt, but I like the little carrots. This one, look at how complex that is. That's just freaky. It's hover park pieces, I believe. I don't know which one offhand. It's a pretty design, and then topped with the little ornate oran pointed pillar thing. I think it's what it's called. And this is, I think it's a Draken training pillar for the base. Really lovely little setup. Here we come on a little, I guess it's supposed to be like a little mushroom house. It almost reminds me of my Rapunzel tower because of the way these are built on. Hover park pieces, not only for the stairways going in, but also the window trimmings. Well, those are the Exile tubes, I guess. Let's see. And Orin tubes for the center, and then I think it's Orin pillars for the frame, for the cross thingy. You can see again they're using one of the hollow logs for the base of that. Let's go inside. Again, this is a couple of empty trophy cabinets. One's just sunk down, being used as the base of that, and then I think it's an Exile shelf for the little coat rack there. Here's the kitchen. Look at this amazing kitchen. That's Chua shelves for the doors. I think the handles are from the body scanner. Those new graded floor panels for the doors. And I want to say bottle tops for the handles, but I don't know which bottle. The cutting board is just an orange shelf. It's the one that's forward down on the vendor. Water trough for the sink, and then the actual kitchen sink so that you get the dripping faucet there. Here's the living room. Again, hover part pieces mostly. These are the folded shirts for the blue cushions of the couch. Hover part pieces for the fireplace. This is a combination of one of those basketed windows. It's either the dark keyhole ones or whatever. It's got those little funny basket. They just sunk it in so you don't see the window, but then they put one of those, I think it's the fancy hanging lamp, so it looks like a sconced light. Lovely view of the outside from the little dining table. Next level is the library / home office. I'm not sure what they're using for the centerpiece of this table. Not even going to try and guess, but it's nice. And again, you get a good view of the outside. There's the garden that we saw earlier. The desk, if you notice, it's got one of those ornate chest things. A lot of people use as like safes and everything, but they usually show the whole thing. They've just boxed it in with hover part pieces and left it as a little mini safe. Again, the bookcases, they come filled, but a lot of us don't like the way the bookcase itself looks, and boxing it in with 2x4s really makes it look nice and clean. It could be poi, I don't know. It could have been the Draken bits. Okay, this level is a bedroom using the Orin desk, I think, or the little table. It's just two of them sandwiched together. They're using the Orin tree tables as the handles for all of these. And then here's the bathroom. Again, the tubes and a dome, a hollow dome for that. I don't know what they're using for all of this. Like it looks like a combination of tanks and such. Oop, get out of there. This is the bar, which already comes with that handle, so it's really handy that they're able to use that for the towel rack. The sink is a bowl. That's the faucet is the garden hose. The mirror is made out of the tiki bar. Not sure what they're using for the actual mirror part itself. It could be one of the files. It could be, I think there's a picture at the back of it, kind of has that silver bit. Doesn't look like the plate. The plate's a little, the pattern's different, so I'm not sure about that. Of course, the toilet lid is, again, the Oran tree table, and then lots of the Cassian tubes and domes and such for the toilet itself, with the little chew a cup for the flusher thing. And we just keep going up. Keep getting stuck a little bit. Come out onto a little patio thing, using the tribal mat as the little foot scraper thing. And this puts us on the top of the little house. Come up to the tree there. Little touch of moss, just a little bit. Really fun idea for using that. A lot of Oran fans will be going, oh, I want one of those houses on my plot. There's a good shot. Because that's where we come in. Amazing stuff. 10:30 already, so we got about 30 more minutes, so I can't dawdle too much longer. Wow, that was like bumpy. Here's like a, I don't know, it's almost like a little road sign here, but it's just a, looks like the, what is it called, the Gothic pillars. And they just used several of them to make this little ornate pillar with a little WildStar statue there and a couple of those funky trees there. Yep, see, getting the first realm broadcast. Getting ready to shut us down. Here's one of those new hill pieces, I believe. And they're using that as this little water well, wishing well kind of thing. Again, it's the bowls, the Gothic pillars, and the Galeras stone walls for the boxing of that. Don't know what they're using for the water. I suspect it's one of the silver, exotic silver chalices, just because of the way it looks, because it's so clear, but I can't be for sure. And then a hanging noose for the rope, and then of course there's a bucket in there. Yeah, it does look amazing. Maddie is among some of our top builders on EU side. Follow the path and we come up on another little shroom house. First we're going to visit this little area here. Again, they're using this little bit. I have no idea what they're using for this little white round bit here. I suspect it's the bottom of maybe one of the new fence posts or something. I'm not really sure. But some of this is from the spring decor pack. A lot of the vines with the fencing and some of the new fences and bits. And it looks like they kind of had the same idea as I did with the using the fences as the tabletop. But rather than use the older ones like I did, they used the nice ones. The newer ones, they're really trim and straight. The old ones, they're all crooked and wonky looking, which probably fits me better anyway. But using the fences, and you have to double it up quite a bit to kind of make it look so they didn't have the little spiky bits showing. So that just shows you how many fences there are right there for that table. And of course the chairs, the bottoms of them are just the bottoms of the pillars, and then a little fence piece for the backing with the pillows as the cushion. This appears to be just those Oran fence posts. As the base of the table. Really little cute thing. So again, we have another little Oran trim house here. You can see they got some little trimmed bushes here. It's basically those, the weeping trees, it's like the purple ones. I always hated using them because they look like they're not like complete. There's like a big gap. But they kind of get past that by having two of them sandwiched together and make a little purple ball. I can't tell what they're using for the stick. Could be, I don't think it's the broom handle because it doesn't look the right color, but it could be. Yeah, there it is. The mop, not the broom handle, the mop handle. The mop's inside there, and that's what they're using as the stem of the plant, and then of course the dragon pot there. Here they got a little fancier. You've got some glass decoration around the entrance, but the rest of it is, again, the cover part piece is the same way here. Here we have a very fancy girly type bedroom. This is that new heart bed. Again, that came with the Valentine bit. I don't know what they're using for all of this. I imagine maybe the heart pillow, and then they framed it with maybe some, I have no idea what is all there. It could be any number of things. A bowl for the trim, a plate for this white part. I have no idea. Here, for the tabletops, for the nightstands, those are Hugel portraits. And then for this part, that's that ornate Oran pillar thing again. For the pink rugs, again, I'm not sure about those. For the chest, the little cushion chest here, that's an upside down display case. For this little seat, it's a combination of domes and then the fancy bow ties. There's just a bunch of them, make it really look like a plushy, cushiony little beanbag chair is almost what it looks like. And here's the bathroom. Again, this looks like the bottom of a plate because it's so shiny. And I'm not sure what they're using for that. It could be, who knows what. Can't be something too big because it would stick through the other side. This looks like to be the water is being made from the chalice, again, the bottom of it. But I could be wrong. Again, most of my naming of decor is guessing what it looks like to me. The refrigerators, the ship hand locker. You've got, it looks like those metal grates again, but then they've covered it with the granite floors. And then there's those handles from the magnetized containers, I think. Yeah, it's like crunchy water. I have no idea. The chairs, it's basically just the orange chairs, but they dressed it up a little different by adding the cylinder bottoms, just to kind of match it with the, you know, the floriness stuff they already have in, which is, you know, dome cylinders of both Oran style and Exile side and cover part pieces. So there's a lot of combinations going on. Here's the living room. It's basically different shades are coming from different types of the curved walls. So there's probably Exile, Oran, uh, and some other one to get these different shades, just to give it a little different texture and look. The back is, I think it's one of the portraits, either the tree or something. They're just showing the back here. These look like metal planks for the sides, but I'm not quite sure what the top and bottom are. It's really hard to tell. It's a really nice setup for the fireplace, though. Okay, did we go in here? This is the little bathroom. Dominion chair for the cushion of the toilet there. I guess decoration for the lid, maybe. Really cute little thing. Glass for the door. Just different panels and turned differently to make that pattern. Let's see, is that the top of it? Did we reach all of it? I feel like we're missing something. I guess that's it on this part. Feels like there should be more. Now, I think, if I remember rightly, and I'll probably kick myself later, but I think Maddie told me that there is a bunker house, but they haven't set it up yet. So I'm not going to spend too much time trying to hunt for that. If I'm in fact wrong, then we'll probably just revisit. That's no biggie. I don't mind revisiting. Trying to go and it won't let me. I think that's the edge of the world. Yeah, you can see the little honeycomb there. Wow, I've fallen in and I can't get up. There we go. Hollow logs, everybody's a big fan of the hollow logs, because you can go straight through them. Again, thinker heads for some of the hills and stuff. Here's another hollowed out area. There's that little pot of gold. Again, it was turned upside down and used as the base of one of the tables outside. Thinker heads, helping to make that kind of mossy inside there. Here's a little animal pen. Oh, look at that. It's a little family. The mama and her babies. I guess they live off of shrooms. Got their little mossy cave going on. It's adorbs. Oh, did I completely miss it? Oh my gosh. Let's see if we can kind of squeeze it in then. Here's a little pond here. Again, I think it's using the bottom of that chalice for the water. It's just like solid and really, really shiny. And he looks upset, like, don't tread in my water there. Yeah, see another place we're missing. Here's the dock with the gondola here. Like how it's roped in. Using the granite fencing there. It's just so much to look at. Some kind of tower inside a tree. Come on, get up there. Oh, is this like, this is like, reminds me of Hogwarts again. This is like the little vents, and they got their little nest here, using those new Trust skulls is the eggs. That's cute. Oh, he's protecting the egg there. So these are like the little nests. I guess those are hay bales or hay stacks or something being used, just the little packing there. Isn't that sweet? And again, repeating that top that we saw down below. Yep, so cute. Oh, that was a hard landing. Let's see. I hope we've seen everything. I hope. Except for the bunker. I'm gonna head to the bunker now. If I can get up out of this water. Let's see, where did we come in? Gosh, right in the center. Okay. So bunker entrance is at the bottom of the ramp where you came up, in the middle of the spiral ramp. Oh boy. So down inside here, bottom of the ramp. Bottom of the ramp. Wow, this just goes on forever. Okay, you're gonna have to clarify for me where I'm supposed to go. Bunker entrance is at the bottom of the ramp where you came up, in the middle of the spiral ramp. Okay, in the middle. So I'm missing the door as I'm running up, I guess. Am I just completely blind, or? Yeah, I think that's what she told me when she mentioned that her plot was open, was that she wasn't done with it. And so I wouldn't be able to tour it with this first showing. So, like I said, I'll probably come back and when she's got it done. I'm going back up. We got 15 minutes, folks, and then the realms are going to be down for approximately 8 hours. I know it's a long time, but we got a big update coming in. We got the Vault of Archon. Apparently a new shop update is coming with it. We've got the new tutorials are going to go live, which means those of you that helped with the testing, we should see the Junkyard Dog hoverboard rewards coming in for that as well, for those of you that participated in the focus tests. So yeah, a really amazing plot. I hope I caught everything. If not, I will catch it on the retour once the bunker house is ready to go. But I couldn't resist showing this because even though we're kind of in May and it's kind of yucky weather and stuff, it's still springy, and springy plots are really suitable for this time of year. So had to finish on a warm note since we came in earlier with a winter plot. Yeah, exactly, Ducky. I'm probably going to venture off into Diablo myself because we've got season 6 going. So I'll be mindlessly killing mobs. Just I've got it where I play witch doctor, and my little helpers, my gargantuan and the dog and everything, they just do all the work for me, and I just kind of blindly steer around and make sure I don't run anything really bad. But that's probably what I'll be doing while we wait for the the maintenance to finish. Tomorrow, though, unless there's something that I specifically want to showcase off, we'll probably do my first little CBDC project. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I know, well, at least Poi and one other has already put together some game stuff, so I'm going to have to, I guess, brainstorm tonight and see if I can come up with something that I think I might can build together quickly to kind of get people in the mood for the CBDC stuff. And then, you know, later in the month, we'll probably do something else, kind of like what we did last time. I think we ended up making 3 things on the stream for that, just to kind of give some ideas. I kind of left it open as best I could as far as what games theme encompasses, so it's not just restricted to board games or anything. You can do just about any kind of game. So yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed these tours. Some amazing work. I'm sure it's going to spur a lot of fun ideas on some of the item combinations that we saw today. And again, thank you to everyone that builds and then lets me tour their places. Not that they have much choice. If it's public, I'm going to come in whether they want me to or not. But I appreciate them opening it up to the public because that's really the best way to get inspired for your own work is to see someone else's, some of the ideas that they put together. And it helps you kind of broaden your view as well. Yeah, that's a fence post, but maybe I can use it as something else. And it's builds like these and those that we saw earlier that really help to open people's minds up to the possibilities, which are virtually limitless when it comes to it. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. If you can't join again through the week, at least try and catch us next week when we go back to Dominion side. We do have the CBDC going on. We'll be doing a showcase for that at the end of the month. I think I've slated it for May 31st. If you are planning to or have already built something, just drop me a line as to the region, the faction, the name of the character, and more or less where it's located on your plot. If it's in the bunker house or in the corner of your plot or right there by the entrance, whatever, just makes it easier for me to hunt it down. And of course, tell me what it is, just in case I don't recognize it off the bat, because I certainly don't want to misname anything. And I think that's it. Good luck with your builds or projects that you're working on now. Of course, you're free to join us in chat or in game and hit us up for questions, advice, whatever you might need. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.